about the Aquarius Lunar Eclipse coming up on Monday. That's August 7th at 2:10 p.m. Eastern Time. I've set this chart for Washington, D.C., which is where a lot of the action is going to be happening in the next few months. And for those of you who are waiting for, I didn't lay out all the evidence on what's going on with the president, El Presidente. So I'll get that out to you, but I want to share it with my Trump Astrology of Current Affairs webinar people first. We got a little sidetracked talking about the Aquarius eclipse in the first class. It was really fun, and we learned a lot. But man, there's some crazy astrology. I'm going to be doing some more videos, so stay tuned for that. Today I want to talk about the Aquarius Lunar Eclipse. Unleash your inner weirdo, man. Aquarius is the sign of the eccentric, iconoclastic, mad genius. The person who has her own sense of style, his own sense of style, marches to the beat of her own drummer. You can't make them do what they don't understand. And they don't understand boring, conservative, outdated little boxes, little pink houses that we're going to stick everybody in and make everybody do the same thing, even when they're not good at it and they don't want to. So the Aquarian ideal is to create a new society where everybody can be their own unique, eccentric self and still have a place in community. And the shadow side of Aquarius is the exile, usually the mad genius in exile, and often it's a self-exile. You know, these people just don't understand me. I'm so tired of it. I'm just going to quit communicating. So if you're an Aquarian, don't quit communicating. We really need you now. For the rest of us, I see this eclipse, and for Aquarians, I see this eclipse as being remarkably positive. And you won't hear me say that about eclipses too often, because eclipses are these giant energy accelerators, transformers. All this cosmic energy comes flooding in because the sun, moon, and Earth are in alignment on the imaginary flat plane of the ecliptic. And so they're like, the energy is pouring into the Earth. And it's challenging, largely because most people don't know what's happening. They're like, eclipse, that's, so that's the sun and moon. They don't even know how the sun and moon are aligning, but they're like, that's the only thing that's happening. But why am I feeling so crazy? And I want to just ram my SUV into your little Mini Cooper at 100 miles an hour because you didn't go right when the stoplight turned to green. Or they're depressed, or they're, blah, blah, blah. And so most of the people who are watching my videos are probably empaths, sensitives, on the psychic spectrum somewhere. So you just got to know every 6 months, when we have eclipse season, it's going to get even crazier than before. So ground yourself, use your tools, take time outs when you need it. If you have your sun, ascendant, or moon, or another powerful planet in your chart at around 15 degrees of Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus, those are the fixed signs, and you're going to be feeling these energies most directly. Lunar eclipses kind of bring realizations or even manifestations up from the subconscious, the unconscious, the soul, and they make things happen, so what happens could be an inner awareness of like, oh, I get it. This is who I am, oh yeah. And it could actually be a real shift in life. All of a sudden you get a new job. Sometimes eclipses deliver because they're trying to move us from where we are to where we want to be. They can be experienced as painful, like all of a sudden, that person that you've been trying to make the relationship work with walks out the door and leaves a note and says, I'm leaving, goodbye. Just you want to look at anything that comes up in that regard as this is trying to move me into the relationship that I really want. This is trying to move me into the job that I really want, etc. I'm going to show you how the eclipse is connected positively to other planets and some ways that you can use that. First, let's look at the degree symbols for the 16th degree of Aquarius, which is where the eclipse is. So the Sabian symbol, and this is from Dane Rudger's An Astrological Mandala, great book, is a big businessman at his desk. Well, if you're a creative artist, visionary healer, maybe that doesn't sound that exciting, but check this out. A great deal of what is glowingly written about the Aquarian age is probably sheer glamour. The new age should be one in which man learns to use the power generated by human togetherness and group interplay, that is, to use it harmoniously for the welfare of the whole, of which all individuals are parts, humanity and the planet Earth. This has never been achieved and only very rarely attempted. Isn't that the truth? So that's very Aquarian, right? We get together and we use our individual energies to come together with the people of like mind, which is a very Aquarian ideal. So Aquarian sun people tend to be the people that they have friends from all across the spectrum. One friend's a garbage man, one friend's a doctor, one friend's a hairdresser, one friend's a philosopher, and they like bring all these people together and they have a great time, at the party, and these people otherwise would never connect. But Aquarius sees something in each of them that's like, this person's like me. I get the way this person is a really individualistic, garbage man with style. And this doctor is like a doctor, but they're not all stuck in the Western medicine paradigm. So this is very Aquarian. And he says that the key word for this should be organization instead of organization. For humanity now can and should realize that it is indeed an organism. So there's a lot of energy about like, hey, let's come together. And this plays into the whole political thing. If you're in the US or if you're in Great Britain with Brexit or, just so many places in the world where we can't keep waiting for Big Mommy and Big Daddy, the politicians, to save us. They're not going to do that. We, the people, have to get together and decide that we're going to change our story. And I feel like this eclipse really energizes that in a positive way. Let me share with you some of John Steinbeck's Chandra symbols. So this is from the phase. So most of the degree commentators, the degree systems are split up into groups of 5, so phases. So in Steinbeck's system, this is phase 64, casting yourself in a favorable light. Yeah, why not, right? We're cool. We're way cooler than they are. Come on, let's live up to it and own it. The Omega symbol is cliffs hundreds of feet high that stretch for many miles along a shoreline. Manifesting, experimental, good Aquarian word. So this degree has an acute emotional awareness and a tremendous ability to rise above engulfing feelings and the vibrations of chaos and negativity. I'm in for that. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to rise above the chaos and negativity. It holds steady in the midst of turmoil and can help others to do the same. Check this out. It heals through communicating a vision of the bigger picture of existence through observing it from spiritual heights, whether it's aware of doing this or not. Now, I'm aware that's what I've been doing for the last couple of years. And a lot of people out there, you're doing the same thing. We got to keep doing it. We got to keep believing. Don't stop believing. Oh, wait, wasn't that Bill Clinton's? Okay. Yeah, don't bring Hillary into this. I'm so sick of hearing about Hillary. She's not even in office anymore, all right? If you're going to attack, people that are telling the truth about what's going on, just don't bring up Hillary, all right? Hillary, if she wants to run again in 3 years, great. Good for her. But I don't want to hear about it until then, okay? All you right-wing, wacko, racist nut jobs, man, just get over your Hillary obsession, will ya? And Trump, what's your Hillary obsession? Dude, you won, okay? Let it go. All right, this degree, rising above the negativity and chaos. The Chandra symbol for this degree is ground up gemstones to be used as medicine. Pure truth and spiritual light are always there to be assimilated. The question is, how much of it can we take in? The process of assimilation is slow, especially in its early stages. This degree moves slowly, but it also moves thoroughly and deeply. And finally, the goal will be reached. So basically, don't give up hope. Keep doing what you're doing if you're doing the right thing, if you're putting the right message out. If you're not, you're not listening to this video anyway, so go troll somebody on Facebook or whatever. Unleash your inner weirdo, your inner eccentric, your inner genius, and then find your tribe. Come on, man, we gotta connect. And I'm talking to myself here. I tend to hermit up, when the energy gets all crazy because I'm feeling too much of it. Got to ground ourselves, got to use our tools, and we got to connect with our like-minded peeps, right? Because that's how we change everything. We don't change it in isolation in the fetal position with the lights out, waiting for the storm to pass. And if you got to do that for a while to survive, like, go for it. But then we want to get back out and connect. A couple things I want to show you here. Jupiter in Libra is right around 18 degrees, and the moon and the sun at the eclipse both make really positive angles, a trine from the moon. So Jupiter in Libra for the next couple months, I believe. It's been in Libra for about the last year. It's really blessing and gracing and expanding the potential for collaboration, for teamwork, for working together with other people. And this is this eclipse can really inspire us to kind of tune into who's that person or who are those people that are in my tribe. Like, I always dig when we connect, I always dig it, man. They're cool, they're non-judgmental, but they got integrity and they're going in the right direction. Those are the people you want to connect with. And it's, again, really important to collaborate. And Jupiter is one of the main focal points of this eclipse. So wherever Libra is in your chart, that's where you want to reach out and connect with your tribe. And then the moon is also in a nice sextile to Saturn over here in Sag. So Saturn in Sag is like bringing gravitas and organization to Sagittarius's natural expansiveness. And, so that can show us where we need to kind of focus and take it step by step and organize ourselves. We also noticed that Black Moon Lilith is there, and I'll talk much more about that in my upcoming videos on the solar eclipse and Trump's chart. But Black Moon Lilith is saying, hey, we got to throw off the patriarchal dominator, old boys kind of divide and conquer, all that stuff system. And we've got to use our righteous indignation, tap into the anger that we feel over the way people are being abused on this planet and animals and the planet itself. And at the same time, instead of just running off and being like, blah, it's bad, how can we organize ourselves? How can we create a structure and a framework so that we actually are doing something meaningful about it? So that the eclipse can inspire that as well. Last thing I want to make you aware of, Sun and Mars are conjunct in Leo. They're going to be hanging out through most of the month, although the Sun is separating from Mars. And so that's the opposite side of the eclipse. That's the solar side. So wherever Leo is in your chart, that's going to be really energized for the next couple of weeks. So pay attention. You could be coming on a little stronger than you intend to, but also casting ourselves in a positive light, right? We're all made of stardust. That's actually, I think, scientific. Carbon. Boils down to carbon. So, own it. Let's own it. Let's live like it. Let's put ourselves out there in a regal, positive, joyful, creative, self-expressive, all those great Leo words way. And let's, be open to the applause coming back, right? All right. Hope you found this helpful. This is DK Brainerd saying, may you go with the stars.